Come on. Oh, there we go. Alright, so everyone, welcome back to the stream. Currently in this beautiful phase of trying to figure out how the heck water works. Realistically, what I'm thinking is that I would try to just overlay a blue on top of whatever surface is down here in some manner. Go from there, but in terms of what actually needs to happen for everything else is currently the issue. Ideally, I'd like some water around her body a little bit more than what's happening right now. So I've basically like lined out roughly what I'm looking at for the water against her body. It's kind of like this kind of depth. Line it out a bit more. I also have hiccups again. Why? Ugh, gee. Okay. Basically looking at the like very shallow amount of water that's like against her body, ideally. Would water get into the sleeves? It wouldn't, right? Either the sleeves start from up here, they're not like submerged or anything else. But regardless, maybe we're looking at a horizon line, something around the middle there. I'm gonna take a big swig of water. Okay, let's hope the hiccups stop there. Ooh. You also can kind of see where the water line should be about here. Actually, I think I'm going to do this. And actually, we're going to create a little bit of a puddle here. We're going to kind of try and make the water look a little bit like that so that there's a bit of a pool of water that is on the softer part of her coat. Right there. Also, as a reminder, I've turned it off right now, but the overflow, which I actually need to move to the top now. Lift this up to the top. Right there. That is what we're working with for the actual water resolution, realistically speaking. Ideally, you want to be working within a more or less 1920 by 1080 portrait canvas. So we can go a little bit outside of that, but everything else should stay within that general boundary. Right now, I'm thinking about how to actually deal with the water. It's gonna need a couple of different layers, like layered on top of each other. Well, along with whatever they do with the rest of the background. Should I just like stop worrying about this for a moment and just see if I can figure out the rest of the background? That's also a thing I can do. For the background, I think it is very much, I'm just gonna use a bunch of colors and just absolutely smudge it in there. Trying to keep all the, yeah, actually no, I think these parts can probably go in its own folder. Background. What I am going to, actually, do I need this in the same folder? Okay, just have complete separate. So that if I move this down, move it into here, then I can technically collapse the whole of this and just for a moment. Let me take a green. We're just gonna go like that. Do I need to separate this completely? No. I don't think I do. I'm gonna take a brown. Just going to go like that into the background. I'm using the airbrush instead of a pen because I do want this to be like a little bit faded at the edges so that it looks like it's kind of smudged. I think I still need a skybox of some kind. Sky. Let's just say the sky is going to be this like really lightish kind of blue, more blue about here. Actually, for this, I think specifically, I want this to not overlap with the water very much. Let's go selection here. We're going to invert that and we're going to put the sky into here. And then, what kind of tree brush is this? Let me just see what this is. Tree brush. What happens on my tree brush? Ah. Why is this tree brush a bunch of circles? That's not very tree-like. Okay, that's an actual brush. Why is this tree brush just circles? How does this work? Okay, I don't get how that one works in particular, but well, does this have like a... No, it's just this. Okay, what happens if I drop the thickness? Oh. Wait, what? That still doesn't look like trees though. That's a slight issue. But we have a leaf brush, which does produce a pretty good spread of leaf. There's a full-on leaf brush that also produces very leafy looking leaves. What's this? Ground. Actually, oh, this might be actually quite good. Oh, that is very good. Okay, keep that in mind. Building. Oh, there's actually a building brush. Oh, let's have a look how this. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Oh, that makes a really good skyline. I mean, I don't need it for this one. That is very good. And there's also a book brush. If you're like a book brush, I probably actually want to go like this, right? Oh, that's nice. Now, what's this rubble? Okay, so that's also circles. I don't know why it's also circles. Oh, there's actually just a standard cloud brush in here. But either way, let us look for a foliage brush of some kind. I do have an idea of what I might be able to do here. I have seen these brushes around. I don't know if I'll be able to find one as quick as I would go back. What was that? Glass. Broken glass. I just caught sight of something that says free for a limited amount of time, so I am taking a limited amount of time and I'm getting it. But that sounds like something that might be very useful. So let us get this. Broken glass. Brush set. What is this? This one that has got leaves on it. Flower brush set. That is not. Why is that under top free materials when it's not free? Come on. Top remote landscape. Oh, landscape might be okay here. I can see something that looks a little bushy. Okay, that is very. Give me that. Ideally what I want is some kind of like very bushy looking brush. And that is kind of what I'm looking for right now. Another pin. I should really try a new pin at some point. Okay, so I want a brush, and I want it to be... I go tree brush. I actually look for tree. Will that give me something? Yep. The bush brush, that is something I definitely want. Give me that. Leaf brush, wood brush. Bush material. Not really looking for material, I'm looking more for brush. Ideally, I'm looking for more for brush. Sunlight brushes. Well, that's always a little bit interesting. Give me this. Tree, effect line, wood, leaf. Just get a leaf brush. See how effective this is. Leaf brush. Brushes for leaf distant. It looks more like a foliage brush. Yeah, truffle foliage brush. Alright, just download that. Okay, we'll just download these and just see how they feel. There's like 7 things downloading, so go for a moment. I feel like the skybox should be like a bit more vibrant than that. Alright, well I do have some cloud brushes, so let's throw some cloud. That is one thing I do already have. Yep. So cloud is kind of a bit of a weird thing because I do want these to move a little bit, probably. Probably shouldn't have these be particularly static. Let's just throw some clouds in for now into the back, so it's sitting there. Also, another thing I might want to be dampened down a bit. What is this? Glass brush. Okay, the glass ones. I want to figure out. We'll let that download. I need to figure out how to deal with the water. So one way to go about it is to only have the water directly over the affected parts. And have it be most of the way clear below. Make it see through. I do have like a sand layer right now, but it's not really sandy for the main bit. Also, this edge does need to blur. Ideally, should just blur and not be as sharp as edge. Not like that. Less sharp. So basically, around the lower well, to layer 2 different layers on top, it just doesn't work. Unless I just have a notch. That doesn't really work either, does it? What I really need is if I grab this color, it's like a way too vibrant of a blue. Then we bring it down to her torso. So basically below her coat, we need a line of her that goes against her body. We'll basically have a water layer here, which we want to put right against her skin. Right along here. That feels way too. Maybe a more bluey color. Let's just say it's like doing something. Closer to what my original gradient was. Then I basically needed. What happens if I change it so that's the same? Yeah, because that doesn't really work. Unless this part specifically masks onto the torso area only. So basically you need like a veil of some kind that I can kind of brush against her body. Kind of looking at something like that. There is a apply master layer option. Huh. Probably gonna take a couple of tries again. First. Okay, 1, 2. We're just going to select that. Going to get the. Should I do this with a airbrush? Should I do this with a don't enable mask room. Oh wait, whoa, yeah. I'm doing this wrong, hold up. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that feels. I actually want the sand to be on top of the water and have a butterfly down into it. It feels really fun. Probably this is a separate, and it has to like glow. It's also a bit of a weird thing. Is there a way I can separate this in a smart way? These borders really aren't helping. Unless I go like this. Now everything's underneath. I feel like that's definitely to do it. Oh, ruler, please don't. Hmm. Maybe a more vibrant color doesn't. That's like full vibrance. And the background's distracting right now. There's a bunch of random colors in the background. Oh, there's tree brushes now. Oh, whatever. See if I can figure this out. Hmm. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-bum-ba-bum. Hmm. Um. Um. Hmm. Hmm. I'll just do this for a bit and just see how I feel once I'm done with it. Um. Um. Ba, 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Let's just leave. Not that. Where's the actual sleeve? Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Hmm. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 bum. Mm. Um. Hmm. But, oh boy. Bup, 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 bup. Ba, 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 ba. Where was that again? Hmm. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Hmm. Hmm. Um. ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 bum. Okay, now that green at the back is really annoying. uh, mm-hmm. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Um, 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 um. Ba, 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 bum. Why other one's not downloading? What's happening here? Is that what I downloaded? I think I downloaded more brushes than that. No way. Hmm. Hmm. Up, 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 Hmm. Hmm. How the heck does water work? Bum, 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 bum. Um, bum, bum. Bup, 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 bup. Bup, bup, Hello there, how you doing? I am trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Oh dear. How the heck do backgrounds work? Okay, so now there are a couple of problems. One, there is currently an overlay that gives the kind of sunlight color over this whole thing. It is 4000 by 3000, which, because I want to animate this, one, it's an overlay layer, so that doesn't really work. Two, Live 2D really doesn't like it when I give it a gigantic square of color. So that is something I'm currently trying to figure out how to deal with. Because usually, really just kind of want to stick the overlay right on top. I really can't. You know, it wants it over like everything. I don't. Also, I need to figure out how to get some motion into the water, ideally. I want like a little bit of motion in the water. I still don't know how I feel about the way I did the water against her body. It's like this very shallow line of water along with a shadow. Try and catch the bits that are like slightly transparent. One bit is that as an illustration, this is actually like in a pretty good spot. As a animated illustration, it is not. This is a very bad spot right now. Oh boy. Also, I need an extra shadow. Hold on, I need a shadow here that is just gonna go over literally the whole of the top part of the body. Let's just grab rough skin color, go more this way, and over the top of this, we'll just and make a hard shadow below her butt or her head. Maybe I should use a watercolor for the edge there. Also, I actually don't know if the update for more blending layers in Live 2D is live. I should probably check that actually. Actually, I could do that right now. I haven't actually updated it the last couple times I worked in Live 2D. Let me just do that in the background while I continue to ponder this. Should just ask me to update the moment I turn it on, right? Because if there's more blending layers, then there is probably a couple more options. The most ideal would be that there is a overlay kind of layer, because that will solve literally all of the problems, because it means I could just slap the overlay on top and ignore everything. Update the download update. Because one thing I don't do is I don't read patch notes. Or I only read patch notes occasionally. And it's not often enough. Like, let me just have that running in the background for a bit. Yep. Okay, right into there. I need a desktop shortcut? Probably not, but... Okay, does this automatically update to 5.2.03? I'll find out. It is indeed 0.03. Okay, let me just very quickly open something that's kind of small so that it doesn't take 10 years to open, and take a look at the blending layers. I just know it was in the upcoming features at one point because I saw that in a video, but I don't know if it's actually in. Let me open. There is a emote from a while back. That would be very quick, right? Oh, I've got the Nijisaji baseball models. Oh, that's the... That animation? No, this should be model. Alright, let me just grab a random pot and just see how many blending layers I have. Normal, add and multiply. Great. Because technically there is a point where I can take, let's say, because the additive layer in Life 3D is about the same as a glow, so if I just make it a glow and then just turn this down even more so that's about the same as the overlay out here, it actually could work. Just a little bit brighter in a couple of spots, which how many of these layers do? Alright, while I continue to ponder on how the exact... Oh, rap god. Holy shit. Oh, wait, that was not great. I'm gonna go through and actually change a whole bunch of line colors. But, can I actually just draw right on top of this, or do I have to? Bup, bup, Ba 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 ba. I mellow out the lines a little bit. They aren't just like sharp black lines. I want this to be a much color, right? Mellow that out a bit. Ba, ba, ba. Actually have our comparison on the lines here, which is nice. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 I should probably name this layer in color. Should probably add extra layer of white blush here. I'll deal with that after dealing the lines. Bum. Bup, 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 bup. It's surprising just how much not having black lines actually mellows it out. Okay. What do I want to do with this? I want to take a blue again. Here. I actually want to like mellow this out with green. How's that look? Actually want to probably go for a mellower over here with green outer line. Bum, 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 bum. Well, let's just do this late. Hmm. Hmm. Bup, 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 bum. I want this to be a brown color instead, maybe. Oh, that line's a bit of a yikes. Whoop, 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 whoop. Bup, bup, bum, bup. Okay, how's this gonna work? It takes a while. I dim out the line a little bit. That's not a pin. Bup, 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 bum. Bup, 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 bup. I can still see where the star used to be. um. Hmm. I haven't actually messed with those small flowers, have I? I totally haven't. What can I do with these? Give these a little bit of shape. All that. Bup, 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 bup. Bup, 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 bup. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, there's so many layers. Oh, there's so many fucking layers. Oh dear. Who is that? Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Hmm. Alright. Do I want a mouth? That's something that needs to be decided soon. Do I need a mouth here? Okay, so deal with that first. Um. If we do a mouth, then we are going. What's an arbitrary kind of inside of a mouth color? About like what? out there. That'll do. Not gonna open it this fast though. It needs to be this. As long as it kind of covers this general area, it's fine. Okay, then we need to grab... Where the heck's the shade color? So then we need to go duplicate. Then we want to go upper cover and lower cover. Let me just go into you and just do this for a moment so I can see. Then we're just gonna go and make sure we're covering everything here. Up, 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 Okay, good enough. As long as it covers the whole mouth, you don't really care what it's doing. To bring the mouth below everything else. Ba, 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 bum, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Um. Ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Hmm? Happened to. Ba, 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 bum. Okay. Then we want to go over to you. Ba, 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 okay, do I just paint this line? That works. That works. Just do this. Oh, I didn't miss Wolf. Where is it? Okay, then pop, 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 uh, pop, 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 okay, then we go here. I should probably start remembering what the other thing I needed to miss with was. What was it? Oh dear. Bup, bup, Alright, now what the heck do I do with the background? Alright, okay, so now it's just a matter of how do I get some parts of lighting to behave. That's literally the only bit I need to do. Point. So there's a couple of effects left that I need to figure out ideally. Namely, there needs to be a wave probably coming off the leg and the parts of the body. I could add a little bit of depth by putting an aggressive shadow down. How do I... let me just try and put all of these into a thing. Here's up. How do I do this again? I want to go add subtool. I want to go from here. All of my foliage brushes. Alright, let me just throw all of these into a folder. It's a little worrying that some of these brushes have a thick color already in there. But hopefully some of these work. I just grabbed a whole bunch and I don't know. Yikes! Well, let me just make a label. What the heck is this? Oh, it goes underneath. It's like grass. Oh, grass. Oh, it's literally the top of the tree, isn't it here? But this goes there, and then you put this underneath. Like the bit underneath it. It's like, what? You go like that, and you go like this. Those already have color, so not really what I want. And these are for trees in the distance. Okay, I don't have the right foliage brush. I don't know how to use the other brushes. Alright, but anyways, that is the time I have for today. It's a couple of little bits of lighting left that does need to go in anyway. Namely, a bit of sunlight needs to hit the legs a bit more, and maybe a bit right on her butt or her lower back here. Probably have one more bit of lighting at least. But otherwise, the illustration is actually like, for all intents and purposes, done. The question is, how the heck do I flatten all the pieces out for animation? Along with like the little bits of water effects that I'm gonna need. Also, I should probably add a bit of water onto the top side of her body as well, rather than just like the bits directly against the water. Alright, so anyways, thank you very much for watching today's session of colouring. I will figure the rest of this out and then we can see if I can figure out how to take it or flatten it down in a way where I don't have these 4,000 by 3,000 giant pieces hanging around, because that ain't great for editor when it comes to animations. But watercoloring, or basic coloring is done, and the lines have all been mellowed out, so there's no hard black lines that look kind of weird. All the lines kind of help meld the shapes together a little bit better. Maybe the green was a little aggressive there, but either way, if you want to see more of this, or be subscribed or following, depending on where you're watching from, leave a like because it helps me out, and I'll see you again next time.